The footprint of biopharma across the country. If you look at the top 25 biopharma companies in the world, about 20 of them are right here in Massachusetts and have a footprint here in Massachusetts. The thing I worry about, though, is we're big on the R&D and little on manufacturing, right? They do the manufacturing down in Pennsylvania or in North Carolina or in Texas or Georgia, right? And I'm convinced that with the right amount of relationship building and strategic process, we've got to convince these guys that they need to have their R&D and their manufacturing here in Massachusetts. And I think that they can do that here in Massachusetts. You just have to learn that the world, I remember, let me go back about 25 years and date, well, I graduated in 1980, so that tells you how old I am. I'm 63 for those of you who don't do math in your head. But I remember there was this poster that I think it was a New Yorker magazine cover. And it basically said, I think it was something to the effect of, viewing the world from Manhattan, right? Remember that drawing? And it was basically the world was flat once you got past, Liberty Island. We suffer from that here in Massachusetts. I'm a Southern boy, right? I grew up in Louisiana. I went to school in Baton Rouge. My home was up in Monroe, Louisiana. It took me 5 hours to drive home and still be in Louisiana, for the record. I drive 5 hours anywhere from here, right? And I'm damn near to D.C. Yet, we think that somehow, if my R&D facility is at Kendall Square, if I come to Brockton, oh my God, right? The world is flat and beyond there'll be dragons. I'm like, so we've got to work with our companies to understand that doesn't it make more sense to drive to a facility that you built in Brockton rather than jumping on a plane at Logan and flying to Pittsburgh, right? And so there are companies that get it already, and they're starting to do that math and understand that the time and the investment in travel and having their manufacturing facility so far outsourced doesn't make sense. They should be looking at Brockton. They should be looking at Lowell and Lawrence and Beverly and Devens. And so we've got to do some work.